What's up, guys? Hunter Frontier back at it again with another video. In this video, guys, we're gonna be talking about cards you definitely should be buying before it's too late. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and start off with Upstart Goblin. And no, not the quarter century secret rare, but I wanted to list it because this card is going up in price. It was lowest about 60, and now it has shot up all the way almost to $90 on market, which is crazy. But you guys can see that it's a pretty good bet if you want to go ahead and buy a nice higher rarity card. You have the platinum secret rare here that you can still get from Bonanza, or of course you want access to it, you can always grab a common. But if you want a higher printing that's more modern, I would highly suggest you get the platinum secret rare, as it's almost $9. Now moving on, we do have Dual Link Dragon, the Dual Dragon. So this card, the YCS only card, is now being reprinted in the megatons of all products. And personally, right, I'm kind of mixed here. One, I'm really happy because as a Yu-Gi-Oh 5D's enthusiast, I'm happy to actually add this to my collection. I'm probably gonna have a whole binder full of these. But coming from a player aspect, right? Let's say I went to tournaments, I kept going, I kept grinding, and hey, I finally won and got this card. Now they're reprinting it, I'm like, really? It is what it is, right? But that's how Konami is. I mean, they have a trend of kind of just reprinting prize cards. So, they even announced a new one the other day. And in my head, I'm like, well, they're going to probably reprint that in 2 to 3 years. It is what it is. But I will say, though, again, if I was someone who went to a tournament, I eventually won this. Personally, that victory for me is more important than the card itself. Now, yes, the card's awesome, depending on the card it is, of course, because there were a lot of vanillas. But if it was something like this, I'd be like, wow, I'd still cherish it. But still, I would be like, wow, they just reprint cards like that. But it is the reality that we, of course, face as Yu-Gi-Oh players. And moving on, though, we do have Spellbound, and Spellbound is a great card, and it only has the 2 printings. Now, you might say, wow, a lot of listings on market, but hey, you want to go ahead and grab your playset now before it's too late, and everything is low, and everything's about 20 bucks. You never know the prices with these, right? And again, for a card that does a lot as a quick play spell, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls cannot be tributed or used as material for a fusion, synchro, XYZ, or link summon. And link summon is important because if we think about dimensional barrier, that card does not include link summoning. Now, a quick play spell card from Darkwing Blast does. So something to note, and can definitely end combos. So I would highly go ahead and recommend you guys pick this card up before it is too late. Moving on, we do have Chaos Hunter, and I'm gonna say Chaos Angel for a second, but Chaos Hunter, the quarter century secret version from Rarity Collection 2, and it's still about $4 to $5, which is not bad. It's great to have a playset of this, but hey, you never know when we reach a format where your opponent is constantly banishing cards. This card is great to always have in your corner as a side deck option. And again, because it's been a few years and it's still 45 bucks, that's not a bad choice, honestly. And the only competitor for this is probably the ulti. Moving on, we do have K917 Azuna from Justice Hunters, of course, and you guys already know this card has been going crazy. We're about $36 to $37, not bad compared to the pre-sale prices. And like I said, cards like this in this set will definitely start to garner more attention and go up in price with time. So you want to go ahead and buy these cards now before it's too late. And that's the motto of the video. But moving on, we do have Kashtira Fenrir, and a little friendly reminder, go ahead and pick up your friendly neighborhood Fenrirs. That's what I meant to say. But yeah, guys, for the ulti, you have about 29, 30 bucks, not bad, when this card used to be easily 70 to 80 bucks a copy. Then for the lesser versions, you have 12 to 13, 14 bucks. If you want to go for the cheaper version, really just go for the Prismatic Secret Rare, because why not? And then you want the higher end version, of course, go for the ulti, which does look nice. And some of them do have that foil shift too, which is really cool. You can even see it in the picture here. Moving on, we do have Sprite Blue, its counterpart from the OTS 21 pack. And because they're just so low, why not go ahead and pick up a place or even have more too? Just because, hey, if it ever comes back, you have a stock of just full of blues. That's nice to have. Just have a whole page of blues that you can trade off and use for something that you do want to get. You have Vanquished Soul Jianlong, and this card still does not have the reprint other than the quarter century secret version, but for about 13, 14 bucks, not bad. And remember, you still want to watch out for the Holly Sue if you don't have that, but hey, you also want to grab this card too, because who knows when this card is getting reprinted. maybe in the Megatons, but they haven't announced that yet. Moving on, guys, we do have Imperium Duelists, and I just want to go ahead and shout them out because they are an amazing website that you can actually buy a lot of TCG accessories, and I highly recommend a lot of their products, but most likely I would really say to check out their deck boxes. They have a lot of unique ones: Demon Slayer, One Piece. You even have these custom ones here, which are really nice. These two deck boxes, right? You have the Cyberpunk one, you have the Vampire Princess one, and you do have the Water Maiden. They've all been on sale for a while, and honestly, they're great picks to actually get if you're a beginner duelist, you're a veteran duelist, you just want to have enough that you just bring to your next tournament or local. So again, highly recommend. And if we quickly go ahead and check out their sleeves too, they have some of the best sleeves in the game. You can have, clear sleeves if you want. You can have the if you want to go ahead and put the border sleeves over the sleeves, which is nice. This was a very popular one back in the day during COVID, right? You had the water tundra ones, which were very nice. You have these hollow sleeves, these test print ones, which is really cool too. And definitely go ahead and check these out, guys. I have a link down below. If you buy anything, it does help the channel out. I appreciate you, but nothing's required. I appreciate you guys just hearing me out. Moving on, we do have the RB deck core here, and still insanely low in price. Now I want to say that with time this deck can actually get more and more support, plus with the right deck that it combines with, it can really dominate the meta. So why not go ahead and just purchase a deck core just to have on the side. Realistically, you're paying really under about 14-15 bucks for everything, which is not bad, and then you don't have to worry about that later on. And remember, Duelist Advance just came out, so if this does become a popular option, it's gonna go up in price, and you're gonna have to wait until next year to get a possible reprint. Moving on, we do have the Mementolian Anguish, and this one, the quarter century secret version. Remember when Memento was doing things a while back? Well, you do want to grab the higher end copy here because you never know if it's actually going to go up again, and 4 to 5 bucks is not a bad price for this card, and for what the deck does. Of course, it's kind of a sleeper in the meta, and I think that it will reach that point where it goes back to tier 1 status or 1.5. So definitely go ahead and consider grabbing this if you are going to be playing the deck, or you want something in your binder to kind of just flip later. Moving on, we do have Junk Warrior, and this is the Starlight Rare Chibi version. Now, I would say don't buy this yet, but I've noticed that it has been going down in price little by little, so just keep in mind where this card is, because there's this version, and of course there's the OG version, or the Ultar version, the Starlight Rare, that also got bought out to about 35-40 bucks. Just keep a track, keep an eye on those two versions to see when they start to go down in price. And then finally, I just wanted to talk about maybe 2 to 3 cards from Stampede, going from low to high in terms of the quarter century secret. So, some great picks. We have the Abyss Gallios, we have the Archfiend Eccentric, very low in price, and of course, it's a great pickup to have. You can even go ahead and we go to the second page. You can see True King Lithosagem, the Disaster, if you want to play this with a true type of a true Draco deck. If you want to play this with, of course, Dinos, because those are coming back, and we've been seeing them a lot more in higher rarity as well. That's great to put in there. If we go further down, you can see other great picks: Mathematician for older formats, Photon Thrasher, not bad, under $2. Drytron Nova, which was a very expensive card, as an ultra rare back in the day. You do have the number C39 Utopia Ray. And then going on to the third page, we'll just pick a few from here, and that's it. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max was about $1.50, so it's almost double in price. Again, with time, it's gonna keep going up. You have Formidable Skull Crobat Joker as well. And then we do have number 30 Acid Golem of Destruction. We had talked about this a while back, and for $2, again, you can't beat that price. And finally, guys, we do have the Goaty of the Deep Beyond. Now, of course, Goaty is one of those decks that did receive a lot of support, and unfortunately just didn't get that much hype. But for $1.50 for one of the boss monsters, it's not a bad pick to go ahead and grab this card for. But again, just my opinion, and there are still a lot of sleepers in this set to pick up. But guys, if you liked the video, make sure to give it a huge like. Comment down below your thoughts, of course, what cards did we miss out on this week. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn notification bell on so you're updated next time I upload new videos. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.